Welcome to part 4 of Mega Man X5. We still got 2 more Mavericks to deal with. Oh wait, scratch that. We got 2 more Mavericks and Dynamo to deal with. Goddamn prima donna. Let's see what this is about. That is a really awkward angle for the shuttle to be at. Is there like an anti-gravity field going on around here? What is this? Alright, it's Zero's turn to fight Dynamo, but of course Dynamo's got some new tricks up his sleeve. Mainly this lightning storm attack, which is very predictable. And that's all he does for the fight. It's kind of a step down from the first one. All you need to do is get in between the lightning strikes with gaps, and when it's going to be a lightning strike with all 5 in a row, you just get to one side of the screen. And he's still got his lightsaber, but he rarely uses it compared to the lightning. So you are strong. Oh, Dynamo, you've been living under a rock for the past 5 games. And Dynamo just pieces out. He'll come back in X6 and he's just as useless there too. Which is a shame because I like Dynamo as a concept, it's just Capcom flubbed it up for some reason. You can argue Vile was kind of like that too in that they wasted him, but he made an impression in the first game at least. Dynamo is really just generic goon number 2-A. Anyway, here's Burn Dinorex. Alright, so Burn Dinorex's stage is probably one of the hardest stages in the game because there's going to be some lava flow throughout the area, and if you touch those, you'll die instantly. These flame spouts won't kill you in one hit, but they hurt. They hurt a lot. So you want to be careful not to touch anything that resembles a flame. Which is honestly easier said than done because there are some moments where you just have to... The game forces you to wall jump in the most awkward places ever. So yeah, we're gonna see that in a couple of minutes. So my opinions on the PlayStation X trilogy. Well, like I said before, X4 is great. A bit dour on the story and the voice acting's bad, but great gameplay. X5 is... and then there's X6, which the less said about that game, the better. So what went wrong with the games? Well, I think after X4 they started to focus a little bit too much on story instead of actual gameplay. Because look at this, Ali keeps cutting in. I just talked to you. Hopefully that's the last time she cuts in. Oh, or not. Hopefully this is the last time she cuts in. Oh my fucking land. This is the most annoying level in the game because of that. And basically what she tells you is, get behind these walls, dummy, before you get burnt to death. Don't get overzealous and try to rush everything. Just take your time and get behind the walls as you should. You can even see the hitboxes on these things too. You land anywhere outside those shadows and you're dead. And yeah, this is fun, just mashing on the jump button like a maniac. It just looks like I'm glitching out in the corner. And they expect you to do this. Twice, maybe even 3 times actually. 3 times, and this is a pretty far wall jump too, you gotta be careful with this one. It doesn't even matter if you get hit by enemies, just take the hit and run. Oh yeah, and this is the stage where I remember that Mega Man X can actually duck. Because you need to crouch here. Right about here. Yep, tiny hitbox, and if your head is anywhere near the fire, you die. Destroy the door in front of you. Oh, Alia. I know how to destroy doors. People's been doing it since 1987, 13 years at this point in history. Ah, I can see why Ego Raptor made that video. Well, this area is kind of like a sea of lava. No! I would have never thought that. Alright, so there are two ways to go. You can either go to the right, or go down into the lava with this walk armor. I'm just gonna continue to the right now. Oh, it's the dragon from Mega Man 2, except more mean looking. You gotta be careful because this guy destroys platforms. It seems like you can break the rock in front of you. Oh, she likes to point out the obvious a lot. Whose bright idea was this to have Alia explain the obvious to you? If this was meant for new players, then you're doing too much. Just have the easy mode have all this expository dialogue. Look, gamers are not dumb. People can figure stuff out even if eventually, and even after some trial and error. That was what made the other Mega Man games so fun to play. There was no hand-holding at all. You can fight Elect Man first if you really want to, and beat him. It's gonna take forever, but you can do it. X5 is very tutorialized, and that's one of my biggest hang-ups about this game. I don't need a person telling me that there's a door that needs to be shot, even though I can clearly see that there's a core inside the door that can be shot at. I have eyeballs, okay? I can see just fine. Even though I'm wearing glasses, I can still see fine. Anyway, that was a heated tangent. This dragon is very perilous. You don't want to fall into the lava because you'll die in one hit. Really, what he does is dive bomb at you and shoot a whole bunch of missiles. That's really about it. For a second, I thought that was the boss door. Way to psych me out, X5. Well, X5 is gonna X5. And apparently I can't wall jump off of a certain point on top of that wall. Wonderful. This game rocks. And there are people that like this game. Don't let my sour opinions sour your opinions of this game. If you grew up with this classic, I don't consider it a classic, then by all means, love this game. Because I don't. And really, all this game needs is... Honestly, I don't even know what this game needs. It's hard to explain because it's missing something, but I can't explain it. And that's what drives me crazy. X3 also had that problem where it was just missing something that made the other games unique. X6 and X7 are just plain bad, so there's really nothing missing there. It's just suck. Anyway, Burn Dinorex is, I can't tell if this guy is easy or hard because his pattern varies between each playthrough. Sometimes he just likes to stand in place and shoot fireballs, other times he likes to jump around like a maniac. It looks like he's doing the fireball approach. Okay, never mind, he's just gonna jump around. Okay, make up your mind, man. I don't know what Dinorex's weakness is, so I'm just gonna buster him. He's easy enough to buster, and I have enough equipment to survive. So, getting back to what I was saying, if you grew up with this game and you liked it, don't listen to me, because I'm just some guy on the internet. My cousin had this game and X4 when she was growing up, and she liked this game over X4. From what I can tell, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but people have their opinions, and we just gotta respect that. My opinion is X5 is a really disappointing game, and it had potential to be the best X game in the whole entire series. It was supposed to be the last in the series. But of course, Capcom was getting greedy at that time, and this was a moderate success, not quite on the level of X4, or maybe it was on par with X4. I gotta check again. No, it says that X4 and X5 received the same amount of praise back in the day, so, Oh, come on, that was a B rank? Boo! Alright, so the weapon we get from Dinorex is the ground fire and the quick blazer. And we also got part of the rocket too. I think it was the engine or something. We're just collecting things. This is a collect-a-thon game. Yeah, it was the engine. Dinorex will always have the engine. Yeah, let's just take on the final guy. Dark Necrobat. His stage is annoying. You got tiny platforms and bats that conveniently like to drop spikes on the tiny platforms. You die if you fall into any of the spikes here. And there are a ton of spikes everywhere because the bats just like to litter them throughout everywhere. I do like the backdrop in this stage though, as the forming galaxy in the background is very nice. Oh, and also there's a sort of zero gravity, but it doesn't really work like it did in Mega Man 5. The gravity here is a bit heavier. Your jumps are still floaty, but you fall to the ground with the same amount of momentum. That wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it would be a floatier descent, but I'll take what I can get. Oh jeez, and here's the bullshit. If you can get hit by the... What killed me there? Was there a spike there? Yeah, the spikes have a tendency of blending into the floor because they're really camouflaged and shit. As I was saying, if you had a choice between landing on the spikes and getting hit by the bats, get hit by the bats because at least you don't die in one hit. Alright, that's not even the bad part. The worst is still to come. You just want to run as quickly as you can through here because more spikes will come down. And here's the bad part. The platforming section. Well, problem number one, there's a big-ass robot in front of me that I can't kill, so I'm gonna have to bypass him. Point number two, this section right here. The game pulls a fast one and has the hoverboard go backwards, but the platform I just jumped to, the one I'm standing on right now, will have 4 spikes just plastered on top of it, like everywhere, right there. So what you want to do is quickly jump to that other platform and then jump to the hoverboard before it flies off. Wait a minute, the spikes aren't even covering the whole platform this time. What's going on? Okay, they just spawn later, but it didn't do that before. Is this dependent on RNG? This whole game is weird. I think even the endings are RNG based. Okay, let me not do anything flashy because I'm on my last life here. I don't know if X5 kicks you back to the beginning of the level or at the last checkpoint if you lose all of your lives. In fact, I think all of the Mega Man X games on PlayStation allows you to start back at the last checkpoint. Anyway, here's the second and last E-Tank. You can just easily grab it. Now on to the planetarium itself. There's going to be a heart tank in this general area, but it's close to a ceiling of spikes. And the gimmick for this portion of the stage, which Alia does a good job of explaining, is you're switching between the ceiling and the floors, but somehow the camera is still oriented in a way that you're always on the ground. So even if you're on the ceiling, you're on the floor. And even then the layout of some areas will change, so it still doesn't even make sense. Yeah, those spikes were not here a couple of seconds ago, at all. This is pretty much the precursor to Ground Scarovich's stage from X6. Except the randomization in Ground Scarovich's stage is even more obnoxious than here, so yeah, point to this game. Anyway, here's the heart tank in which I was like, no, I don't want to risk my last life, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. Don't worry, after this episode there will be a cleanup video with me getting all the stuff in this game. Oh god damn it, I didn't even know I was on caution already. Oh god, I'm in danger. I've inhaled too much Sigma. Need help. If you're X, then I think you're... Oh wow, I'm already back at normal. Or is that just because I went through the boss door? You see, I don't even know how this fucking mechanic works because it doesn't even make sense. So apparently if you're X, then your attacks are decreased and you'll take more damage with the Sigma virus. But if you're 0, the reverse happens, where your attacks increase and you take less damage. I think. And it might even affect your ending too, possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. But here's Necrobat, and he's yet another airborne enemy, but he's actually kind of easy in this fight. He'll just fly around, try to swoop at you very predictably. He'll fly back and forth. And on some occasions he'll shoot like a wave beam similar to, was it Shape Man from Mega Man 7? And he also shoots bats at you, but you can destroy those very easily. This is a much easier fight than Spyro Pegasus is, but then again Spyro Pegasus is brutal. But also, Necrobat stage is brutal too, so maybe it's a perfect payoff. I'm gonna go down, and then I'm gonna go up, and then I'm gonna go down again. What is he doing? Dude, I think Necrobat is probably the easiest Maverick in the entire game. I don't think I've gotten hit yet. Well, I took a hit there, but that did barely any damage that nobody would even notice. Not even me. Come on, Necrobat, hit me one more time. I dare ya. Come on. Come on. Yeah, use your wave beams or whatever they're called. Oh, dude, come on and fight me. This is pathetic. Look, he even stops to taunt you as he's freezing time. Why doesn't he just ram into you or something? Wow, Dark Necrobat, I thought you would be more of a challenge, but instead you were just dumb. And that was the last Maverick too, by the way. Oh, for goodness sake. How much time do we have left? Oh, 6 hours. Oh, dude. We got all the parts. Let's do this thing. As soon as I scroll through the text, there's a lot of text. You got the Darkhold, which will be a very useful item for Sigma Fortress 1. We've completed the space shuttle. It's ready to launch at any time. Still, the problem is, who will maneuver it? Anyone for a game of paper, rock, scissors? Okay, we all know Zero's going. And the problem arises of if you collected more stuff with Zero as opposed to X, and if Zero dies in this part, then, well, you're pretty much screwed as X. Well, it's not quite as dramatic as I'm making it sound, but X will be very, very underpowered for Sigma if that's the case. So, let's just hope that Zero makes it. This has to be the biggest bromance in all of video game history right here. X is completely crushing on Zero in this moment, and is absolutely hilarious. Zero, be sure to come back safely. Yep, that is a #1 line that a love interest would say. Really, a manned space shuttle though? Wouldn't a guided missile do the job better? Well, then again, the Enigma didn't work, so I guess push comes to shove. Ah, shit. All we can do now is cross our fingers, hope Zero's okay, and pray for the satellite to be destroyed. %. Well, the rest is just gonna burn up in the atmosphere. If we're gonna ignore X6, which I usually do. But what about Zero, though? And I also can't get over Douglas's ecstatic expression on the portrait there. It's like he found the best burger place in town. Oh, goody! In-N-Out! And X just found a spider in the corner again. Oh, now Ali is looking at the spider in the corner. Somebody get the raid already! Oh, good. Zero made it. I could still play as him if I truly want to. But things aren't so simple because, well, you'll see. Well, I'm not sure if he can rest. He's in a escape pod, it seems like. Oh, there's the General Hospital music playing in the background. Something is not right. Oh god, no. This is exactly the same reading. Should we call this the Zero virus? Oh crap, we just went from bad to worse on this one. You know the answer, Alia. We fight this thing because we got 4 more stages left. And the Sigma Fortress in this game is a pain. Oh. I'll see you in part 5. But I gotta get all the items if I want to stand a chance against Sigma, so I'll see you in an extra part where I get all the items.